Good morning, student. Here Neelam Jain from SKM Public School, Sangria. Today I am going to teach you unit number 7, Physiology and Injuries in Sports. Today my topic is prevention of sports injuries. In the previous video, I have taught you about the causes of sports injuries. There were many personal causes, environmental or external causes, and training causes. After causes of sports injury, today you are going to learn about the prevention of sports injury. As you know, exercise is good for the body, and with the proper precautions, sports injuries can often be prevented. If injuries are there, then can be prevented. All sports have a risk of injury. In general, the more contact in a sports, the greater the risk of a traumatic injury. However, most injuries in young athletes are due to overuse. There are some of the steps through which sports injuries can be prevented. So first is proper warm-up. We can prevent sports injury by proper warm-up. A well-being structured warm-up is necessary to prepare the individual physically and mentally for sports or exercise. It's not a good idea to just get on to the field and start playing. Avoid playing directly without proper warm-up. You should first take proper warm-up. Warm muscles are less susceptible to injuries. The proper warm-up is essential for injury prevention. A warm-up should consist of some gentle aerobic activity such as cycling or jogging to gradually warm your muscles. This should last for 5 to 15 minutes. This proper warm-up should be of duration 5 to 15 minutes. Depending on low strenuous your main exercise will be. It should also gradually increase in intensity until you have a slight sweat. Sweat means जिसको पसीना बोलते हैं. Okay. Then second is proper stretching exercises. These also can improve the ability of muscles to contract and perform, reducing the risk for injury. Stretching should also be incorporated into a daily fitness plan. Stretching as part of your warm-up helps to promote blood flow to your muscles. It will also promote blood circulation to your muscles, increasing flexibility and reducing the chance of getting a new injury or aggravating an old one. Remember now to stretch only when your muscles are warm. Involve all the muscle groups you will be using in your activity. So, to prevent sports injuries, proper stretches also necessary, as it will improve the ability of muscles to contract and to perform, reducing the risk for injuries also. And third is proper conditioning. Conditioning exercises during practice strengthens muscles used in play. It's important for athletes to change the sports or activities they are doing so they are not continuously putting stress on the same muscles and joints. Weight training and circuit training methods play a significant role in proper conditioning. Proper conditioning will strengthen muscles used in play. It is very important for the athletes. Then fourth is planning a session. Any training program should be carefully planned, considering frequency, intensity, duration, and type of training method also. If programs are carefully periodized, it allows a gradual specific adaptation to imposed demands and reduces damage to the tissues as a result of training. So planning must be there, and try to keep in mind about the frequency, intensity, duration of that particular sports activity and type of the training method also. Then fifth is proper playing surface. Training and competition should take place on an appropriate surface that allows for the demands of the sports to be met and reduces the forces going through the body. A risk assessment should be conducted on all training environments to identify risk and hazards and look to reduce these. So by proper playing surface, we can avoid sports injuries. Then number 6 is protective equipment. It's protective equipment. The use of protective equipments varies across different sports and exercises. Protective equipments can prevent harmful movements, reduce or disperse shock and force, and act as a shield to block force. Players should wear appropriate and properly fit protective equipment such as pads, neck, shoulder, elbow, chest, knee, shin, helmets, mouthpieces, face guards, protective cups, and eyewears also. So these are the equipments which should be used while playing a particular game. So they should be properly fit. Players should be properly fit protective equipment like pads, helmets, mouthpieces, face guards, protective cups, and eyewears also. Then seventh is focus on right technique. Focus on right technique. Incorrect technique for any sporting activity is likely to result in injury. By focusing on correct technique, you will avoid injury, perform more efficiently, and get greater gains from your sessions. Seek guidance from exercise professional or sporting coach who will be able to advise you and provide expert guidance so that you learn the correct training protocols at the outset. So focus on right technique is also one of the prevention of sports injury. Then number 8 is adherence to the rules. The rules are designed to keep things safe. This is extremely important for anyone who participates in a contact sport. If all performers are aware of and adhere to the rules and laws of the game, if the players know about the rules about the particular game, then injuries can be reduced. They should know about the rules of that particular game in advance before playing that game. Individuals should be coached in the differences between assertion and aggression to limit injuries. When players know the rules of the game, what's legal and what's not, fewer injuries happen. Then number 9, it's regular fitness testing. All participants in a sport should be able meet the demands of that sports or exercise. Individuals must be fit enough to train or compete. Regular fitness testing will ensure individuals have the basic fitness to participate safely and effectively, but playing when you are hurt or before an injury has had a chance to fully heal is a bad idea. It can lead to an even worse injury, one that might sideline you for a long time. Then 10th point, it is physiological training. Some form of mental skills training and practice could reduce injury by reducing anxiety, improving attentional focus, and allowing an athlete to achieve optimal arousal for their sports. So there should be physiological training in the form of mental skills training and practice, and this will obviously reduce injuries which are caused by anxiety. So physiological training must be there to prevent sports injuries. Number 11, that is balanced diet. A good nutrition plan is at the foundation of an effective exercise program, because you have to put back into your body what you take out. The demands of sports and exercise on the body mean that your nutrition requirements are greater than that of a sedentary person. And if nutrition is neglected, your body will be unable to recover properly from training. So you should be healthy, fit and fine only when you are taking balanced diet. Take proper nutrients, proper minerals, vitamins, include in your diet. If nutrition is neglected, your body will be unable to recover properly from training, which will lead to illness or injury. It's important for athletes to eat a well-balanced diet full of fruits, vegetables, and lean proteins, and to maintain a regular eating schedule also. They have to maintain eating schedule that should be regular, not irregular. Okay. Then number 12 is proper hydration. Hydration, heat related illness. This is also a real concern for athletes, especially during hot and humid days. Players should have adequate water before, during and after play, and watch for any signs of a heat related illness, including fatigue, nausea, vomiting, confusion, or fainting. Whatever sports you play, it's essential to maintain your fluid level to avoid dehydration. Dehydration adversely affects performance as blood volume will be reduced and less oxygen will be delivered to your working muscles also. So have here proper hydration means you have to take water in adequate quantity. Take in adequate quantity during and after play. Okay. Number 13, it's proper cool down. Making cooling down as the final phase of your exercise routine. Cooling down flushes out the waste byproducts from your session and safely return your heart rate, blood pressure and breathing to your pre-exercise levels. It also helps to remove waste products from muscles you have used during your activity, replacing them with nutrients and oxygen. A gentle cool down period means you will experience less muscle stiffness and soreness. A cool down normally consists of a few minutes of low intensity exercise such as jogging or cycling, followed by some sustained stretching. Then proper rest. Number 14, proper rest. Athletes of all ages need to rest between practices. They should not continue their practice for a long time in between. Rest is needed between practices, in games and events also. While many athletes think the more they train, the better they will play, this is a misconception. Rest is a critical component of proper training. Rest can make you stronger and prevent injuries of overuse. Fatigue means thakawat and poor exertion and poor judgment. Okay, means rest can make you stronger and prevent injuries of overuse, fatigue and poor judgment. Avoid doing exercise if suffering from fatigue. If you are tired, so avoid doing exercise or any sort of injury. In fact, the most common injuries seen in young athletes are overuse injuries. Too many sports and not enough rest. Continuously playing and in between they are not taking rest. So fatigue will also lead to sports injuries. So proper rest should be there here between practices, games and events. Then number 15, it's here the number 15 is adapt to the conditions. There is picture of sports injuries. Okay, this is a picture of sports injury. It can be while playing games. Okay, so many types of sports injuries are there. Like soft tissue injuries, direct injuries, indirect injuries, overuse injuries, soft tissues injuries, contusion, sprain, strain, compression, abrasion, laceration, incisions. These all are sports injury here. Some injuries are of hard tissue injuries, in that bone injuries are there. Bone fractures are there. Stress fracture, green stick fracture, comminuted fracture, transverse fracture, oblique bone fracture, impacted fracture. Then there are some joint injuries also, dislocation, there is shoulder dislocation, elbow dislocation, hip dislocation. I have taught all about these in my previous videos, so watch in your free time. There is also a picture of sports injuries. So in spite of this, there are also some steps you can adapt to the conditions. Adapting to the area and conditions where you participate in physical activities helps to ensure that body is equipped to handle the conditions. Our body can adapt to exercising in warm conditions, but this takes a few weeks. So we have to adapt to the conditions to prevent sports injuries. Then progress gradually. Knowing our limits means we have less chance of sustaining a sporting injury. Attempting to do too much when our body is not conditioned for it will also increase our risk of an overuse injury. So all these are prevention of sports injury which you have learned today. So presented by Neelam Jain. Thank you student. Stay alert, stay healthy, take proper care. Thank you. Have a nice day.